7th December 2023 Morning Murli Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, renounce your attachment to the old world and have zeal and enthusiasm for doing service. Never become tired of doing service. Question: what are the signs of the children who have intoxication of this knowledge? Answer: they have a lot of interest in doing service. They remain constantly engaged in doing service with their minds and words. They give everyone the Father's introduction and show the proof of it while establishing the kingdom. If they have to tolerate anything, they do so. They are full helpers of the Father and do the service of making Bharat into heaven. Song: Mother, oh Mother, you are the bestower of fortune for all. Shanti. You children now know the Mother, number-wise, according to the efforts you make. You know the Mother, and so you would also surely know the Father. Thus Mother and Father are the bestowers of 100-fold fortune and bestowers of fortune. The ones with 100-fold fortune are those who make effort and create their full fortune. They claim their inheritance and the sun and moon dynasties, and that too is number-wise. There are many who are like the natives. They will go and take birth among the very ordinary subjects. They cannot claim a status. The Father definitely tells you, children, don't have attachment to this old world. The poor world is crying out. You children have to have the interest and enthusiasm for doing service. Although some do have enthusiasm for doing service, they don't have the art of doing service. You receive many directions. The writing has to be very refined. The pictures of the Trimurti and the tree should be 30 inches into 40 inches. These things are very useful, but some children have little value for them. Although there is a lot of respect for Sanjay, that praise is of the end. It is said, ask the gopis and gopis about supersensuous joy, so that praise too is of the final stage. No one has that happiness now. They now content to cry and fall. Maya slaps them. Although some come every day, they don't have that intoxication. You receive many chances to do service. People now content to say that there should be one religion. There used to be one government in Bharat. It was called heaven, but no one knows that. It was 5,000 years ago when it was the kingdom of Ram, the golden and silver ages, and there was just the one government. There were no two religions, that there could be any conflict. Here, they content to say that the Chinese and Hindus are brothers, and then look at what they content to do. They content to shoot each other. The world is such. Even husband and wife fight between themselves. A wife doesn't take long to slap her husband. There is a lot of fighting in every home. The people of Bharat have forgotten that it is only a matter of 2,500 years ago when there was one government. Now there are many governments and many religions, and so there would definitely be fighting. You tell them that there was one government in Bharat. That was called the government of gods and goddesses. The path of devotion come later. There is no devotion in the golden and silver ages. People show their arrogance a great deal, but the knowledge they have isn't worth a shell. They have a lot of other knowledge. Knowledge for becoming a doctor, knowledge for becoming a barrister. The father says, those who call themselves doctors of philosophy don't have this knowledge at all. They don't even understand what is called philosophy. Therefore, your children should have an interest in doing service and become helpers in this establishment. You have to make something good and give that, as is the status of a person, so the invitation that is given to him. For example, there are many officers in the government. There is the education minister and the chief minister. There should be an office here too. You should put whatever directions are given into practice. They have now written the Gorakhpur Gita and they are all ready to distribute it free of charge. All the institutions have many funds. When the Maharaja of Kashmir died, the Arya Samaj received all of his property because he belonged to the Arya Samaj. Even sannyasis have a lot of money. You are using all the money you have for doing the service so that Bharat can become heaven. You are helping to make it into heaven. There is the difference of day and night. Day by day, those people continue to become residents of hell, whereas the Father is now making you into residents of heaven. All are poor. It isn't that we continue to accumulate money. You say, Baba, use this few pennies I have for the yajna, for service. At this time, all continue to fight and quarrel among themselves. There cannot be one government. So you should tell the government that there definitely was the one sun and moon dynasty government. You also desire that, and it will definitely happen. The Father is establishing heaven. He is heavenly God the Father. We are establishing the one deity government. No devilish government exists there. All of them will be destroyed. You have very good knowledge and a lot can be achieved with that. Delhi is the head office. They can do a lot of service. The children there are very good. There is Jagdish, Sanjay. However, all are Sanjay. There isn't just one Sanjay. Each one of you is Sanjay. Your duty is to show everyone the path. The Father continues to explain to you very well. But some children are trapped in their own businesses and in looking after their children, etc. While living at home with their families, they don't become helpers of the Father. Here you have to demonstrate this by doing service. How is the one government being established? The cycle and drama are showing you the time. Just as the picture of Ravan has been created, in the same way, make a big picture of the cycle and write on it. The hand has now reached the time. There now has to be the one government once again. Baba gives you directions. Shivbaba will not go into the streets and stumble around. If this one goes, it means that Shivbaba has to stumble around. Children have to have regard for Baba. It is the children's duty to do service. You should write, the government that existed in Bharat is once again being established. The sacred fire was created many years ago. All the rubbish of this world is to become merged in it. This is a very easy, but it takes time to explain to everyone. There are no kings now. No one would believe just one person. Previously, when a new invention was created, they would get a word spread by the king because the king had that power. One becomes a king either through Raj Yoga or by donating a lot of wealth. Here, it is a rule of the people. There isn't the one government men's party. There is even a party of poor soldiers. They don't take long to dishonor anyone. Many such activities continue to take place. Give them a little money and they will even kill big ministers. So your children have to take the chance of doing service and not go to sleep. Just as people go to hear stories at religious gatherings and then go back home and become the same as they were and don't have any enthusiasm. Similarly, some children too lack that enthusiasm. Government gardens would have many very good first class flowers. Their department is separate. When anyone goes there, they are first of all given first class flowers. Thus too is the Father's flower garden. If someone were to come here, what would you show them while taking them around? You would tell them the names. These are very good flowers. Tango and Ak flowers are also sitting here. They don't sparkle. They don't do any service. Every day, you definitely have to give someone the Father's introduction. You are incognito and you have so many obstacles. You haven't become worthy of doing service. Baba repeatedly tells you to go to the temples, to go to the cremation grounds. You should go and give lectures. Your children have to show the proof of the service you do. A few will emerge out of hundreds. You should also explain this to your friends and relatives. When people are afraid to come here, you should go to their homes and explain. They will become very happy when they receive the Father's introduction. Baba says there shouldn't be any tiredness while doing service. Out of 100, one will emerge. You definitely have to tolerate something while establishing a kingdom. Until you have taken insults, you cannot become Kalangidhar, means the one who is worshipped because of having taken insults. Your intoxication of this knowledge is high. However, where is the result? Okay, you give knowledge to 10 or 20. So, if one or two awaken from that, you should tell Baba. Only when you have an interest in doing service will Baba give you a prize. Give the Father's introduction. Who is your Father? Only then can the intoxication of the inheritance arise. You can give a lecture. No one in the whole world, apart from the Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris, knows the history and geography of the world. Issue this challenge. Baba has mentioned the cremation grounds, and so you should go there and do service. You do your business, etc. for 6 to 8 hours. So where does the rest of your time go? You won't be able to clean a high status just like that. Baba would say, you have come to marry Lakshmi or Narayan. But first of all, look at your own face. What Baba explains is right. Just take up the one topic. Come and understand how the history and geography of the world repeat. Print this in the newspapers. Try and hire a hall. You don't even receive 3 square feet of land. They don't recognize you. You are foreigners from the Supreme Abode. Souls have all come from the Supreme Abode. Therefore, all of you are foreigners. However, no one understands your language. Here, in the corporeal form, you are not told to touch anyone's feet or to do things like that, such as kissing the feet of sages and great souls and then washing the feet and drinking that water. That is called worship of the elements. Bodies are made up of the 5 elements. Look what the condition of Bharat has become. Therefore, the father says, show the proof of the service you do. Give everyone happiness. Here you have just the one concern, to connect your intellects in yoga to the Father. Song. Mother, you are the bestower of fortune for all. Mother Jagadamba is the bestower of fortune. It is the mother who attains her status. She too says, remember shivbaba. I imbibe knowledge from him and then also inspire others to imbibe it. I make you fortunate. You are bestowers of fortune for Bharat. So, you should have so much intoxication. Whatever is Mama's praise is praise of the Father and also of Dada. Your children should do physical service for the sacred fire and definitely do spiritual service too. Give everyone the mantra of Man Manabhav. Man Manabhav means to serve with the mind, and Madhyaji Bhav means to serve with words. Serving with actions is also included in that. Your Kumari should become engaged in doing service. Very good service take place in the villages. There is a lot of fashion in the big cities. There is a lot of temptation. And so, what can they do? Should we leave out the big cities? We can't do that. The sound will spread in the big cities through the wealthy ones. However, the world has to be made into heaven with the magic of Man Manabhav. The father sits here and explains who this Jagadamba is. She is the bestower of 100-fold fortune of Bharat. Her Shiv Shakti army is also well known. Jagadamba is the head. That is, she is the head who establishes the one government in Bharat. The incarnation of Shaktis, the mothers of Bharat, established the one government in Bharat by following Srimad. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual Father. Essence for the dharana. First point, keep your intellect connected in yoga to the one Father. Make this world into heaven with the magic of the mantra Man Manabhav. Second point, never become tired of doing service. Together with doing physical service, also do spiritual service. Remind everyone of the mantra of Man Manabhav. Blessing. May you be Master Merciful and have blessings and mercy for all souls, the same as the Father. Explanation. Just as the Father is merciful, similarly, your children also have to have blessings and mercy for all souls, because you have become instruments the same as the Father. Brahmin souls can never have dislike for other souls, even though someone might be like Kans or Jarasandhi or Ravan. No matter what souls are like, children of the merciful Father can never dislike them. You must have the intention of transforming them and a feeling of benefiting them, because they are, after all, your family and are under another influence. You can never dislike those who are influenced by something else. Slogan. Be a master, son of knowledge, and burn any rubbish of weakness with rays of power. Om Shanti.